What is going on, friends and fellow artists? This is Matt, aka Mr. E in 3D. And guys, in today's video, I just wanted to create a brief showcase bringing together all three of my original characters that I've created for the channel thus far. So here on the left, you can see this is Garn the Orc Warrior. That is the first character that I created for the channel. I've done a little bit of modifying to him and added a little bit more detail. Truth be told, as I'm sketching out the next series of characters, they're going to be a lot more detailed, and I just kind of felt like Garn was just a little bit too plain for my liking. I mean, they are supposed to be based on Vikings, but I felt like I could have added a little bit more detail, and so I came back and revisited him. I updated his pose just a little bit. I have the hammer swinging through now. The cape is kind of flowing with that. I added a shoulder pauldron. I added some chainmail around his waist, and I added a hand axe on his hip. Did a little more detailing around the pants too, but other than that, he is still the same character. Now for Kareen, I pretty much changed up her pose just a little bit. She is now swinging through with her cut. I believe before it was just kind of, she was just prepping for a cut. I made her braids a little bit better. I also added a little bit more detail. I gave her a crossbow weapon on her back that you can barely see. I kind of want that to be secret for now. She has a quiver with some bolts, and then she has the two scabbards for her knives on her hips. Last but not least, we have the skeleton. This is my most recent model that I've been building. Here we have him posed, ready. He is swinging through with a sword. He is dragging a bow. After filling Garn's shield up with arrows, he is realizing that attacking with the bow is pointless. And so he is just decided to come right in and attack with his sword. Probably one of my favorite things about this build is the base for the skeleton. I do plan to use this moving forward. Essentially, you will always be able to have a hero in the front and a hero in the back. And then as I build out other enemies, I do plan to use this stand moving forward for them so that you'll be able to swap out enemies and heroes on the fly. And then you will also be able to add them further on to the left and the right as you see fit. Keeping with that theme, I did do one more pose of the skeleton character, and that is here. And you can see here are two skeletons coming out of the ground. One is propping himself up on the sword as he's pulling himself out. The other is reaching. But you could very easily take this model, and then you could line that up either behind Kareen or behind Garn, respectively. All in all, though, I could not be happier with how this has all turned out, and I cannot wait to do more characters and more enemies and just broaden out the possibilities. Now, these are printing right now. They're going to be in a mini form, so they're going to be a little bit smaller than the larger models. But once they're all completed, I will come back out and show you guys the final product together so you can get a feel for what I was going for. All right, guys, so all my characters are now printed. I've primed Garn and Kareen. I've gotten everybody cleaned up a little bit. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more cleanup, a little bit more sanding, but here you go. So we have Garn fighting the skeleton, Kareen coming in behind, cutting him away, and then we have the more skeletons coming out of the ground. Now, as I build out characters and enemies, I will be able to continue this in either direction. And I cannot wait to continue this. So next for my original characters, I plan to do the elves. I will start with the elf male. He is a spell sword named Eros. And following that, I will be doing his sister, Mahara, who is an elf priestess. Now, some of you guys have asked me if I ever do plan on selling these characters. The short answer is yes. The long answer is I have no idea how I'm going to do that or when. I have about 12 characters planned for the series. I definitely want to get all 12 characters and enemies completed and released before I even think about creating a market for them. Guys, as always, thank you so much for all the support that I'm seeing in the channel. Please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Appreciate you all so much. Have a great day.